This job is annoying. Wish it would stop raining. Okay, just, you gotta laugh. But we have got a lot of water coming out of here now. This job's killing me, man. I literally cannot believe I'm doing this. Right then guys, welcome back to Plumber Parts. My name's James. Got a random job that I've been called out to. They rang me up, they said we've got a pipe sticking up out of the middle of a field. We don't know where it turns off. We want to get rid of it. We've dug around it already, which is a bit of a plus. Can you sort it out? I said, yeah. And I've chosen today to go and do it. This is when it's booked in. If you look outside right now, it's absolutely hammering down with rain. We're going to do the job together. I'm going to show you, I think there might be some iron in this job, so we might be doing some pipe threading, which is something I haven't shown you guys before. But yeah, once we get to this job, we'll do it together. And then at the end of it, this is the first time I've ever done this on Plumber Parts, I'm going to show you, or tell you exactly what I charge the customer, okay? So we're in a part of the country that's got single track roads. All the houses, the numbers don't add up to anything. These are all new houses. Oh my God, there's building work going on everywhere. Basically what I'm trying to say is the numbers don't mean anything, and it's almost as annoying as when I get called to a place like a cul-de-sac where all the houses have names like, oh, the Doves, come to the Doves. It's like, where, is there not numbers? If there's any cul-de-sacs that have names as for all the houses, they should be in alphabetical order. So if you live in the first house and you want to rename your house's name, it has to start with an A, like, I don't know, the Aardvarks. So we're looking for number 23, 37, but for some reason on this side, 22. What's going on? Is there a number on that? See a number?
23A.
Oh, it's not that one, because we're at 23. Well, honestly, it's like the Krypton factor. Is this it here? 23, okay. Boom, we found it. You ever see a film called The Burbs? No. Right, if this is The Burbs, I'd dig like this, like that. But I'm not gonna, because this isn't that. So look, here's the job. We've got a very old valve here, really unusual type of valve. Stick around in this video as well, because I'm going to take this valve apart. Once we've got this back, we're going to take this to the shed. I'm going to take it apart because I'd like to know actually how this one works. We've got what looks like 1¼ or 1.5" BSP steel pipe. You might be wondering, why is there a tap just sticking out the middle of a field? Well, it's because of where we are. A little bit of history for you. We're in a part of the country that back in the Great Depression, so around sort of 1929 was when the Wall Street crash happened, and then after that in the 30s there was a bit of a depression in the country. So they said to the people in the north of the country, we're going to give you a parcel of land and it's up to you to grow food on it and make money out of it. And so they moved them down into my local area in Cambridgeshire, gave them a parcel of land which for each one of these would stretch all the way up to the hedgerow, like a good, you get a good sort of 10 or 15 acres here. And therefore what they did, they installed this lot. So this lot would have been in from at least since World War II, okay? Which is why I haven't ever seen a valve like that in the past before. Nowadays, people don't have these houses for that. Okay, some horses over there, loving life, cabello. Nowadays, that's not what people have these plots of land for. They're now lovely gardens with monkey bars in, places where you can do pull-ups, things like that. Hopefully this isn't going to break. There we go. And therefore having a huge pipe sticking out of the ground just like that ain't gonna do it, is it? So the first thing we're going to do is dig out around here. The water is actually already off. I didn't know that it was off. So this is apparently the amount that's coming through here at the moment. We'll dig around out here, we'll expose the pipe work, try and get down to the socket, whip out this big bit of pipe here and then get a bung popped in. After that, we'll take that valve back and we'll have a look at it. And then he just said to me just now, the customer, they said, look, we haven't talked about price. I said to him, mate, I'm not going to estimate for this sort of job because we just don't know what's down there, okay? So we're doing this on a day rate, not a price. So day rate is just hourly, how long we're here for. If we have to drive 25 minutes to a supplier's to pick up a piece for this job, which is quite likely because you don't usually carry stuff like this, or I don't, it is incumbent on the customer to have to pay for that time and for that fuel. Some of you may agree with that, some of you may not. Put it in the comments below with your big fat fingers whilst you eat sardines and moan about the world through the internet. Or maybe you can talk to your missus. Oh my God, that wasn't a great start. I think we need some music. Music and gloves. To the back of the van we go. Back of the van is currently empty because I've just been up to Sheffield to buy some foam sides for a swimming pool that I'm fitting in my garden. One thing I do have in here is some golf clubs. Who knows, at the end of the video when I'm telling you how much this costs, we could do each part of the video smashing a driver down the middle of my back garden. Love you, Emily. Right, so gloves, and this beast. The loudest speaker I've ever had. This is the Anker Soundcore Boom 2. There was a boom before it and now there's another boom. There's Boom 2. Connected already. What can we listen to that's not going to get us pinged by YouTube? This is actually called Digging Holes by Phoenix Tail on Epidemic Sound. Have you felt the bass? Literally it's wobbling this concrete bit. 60 watts to 80 watts output. I have no idea what that means. Digging Down, this is by a band called Death Kite. This might be a bit more. Oh yeah, we've got some digging music. But then you can change stuff on here, like the lights and that. Look, energy, fireworks. But I like colour flow. I love a bit of digging as well. I was digging a hole outside in the country. Let's dig the hole. Yeah! Oh man, I love my life. Oh. Manager, Vince's wife's just offered us a cup of coffee. Vince didn't. Did he? Did he? I'll have coffee black with one, please. Thank you very much. Okay, there's. Feels like we've got a joint just down here. Kind of worried, a little bit worried that if this doesn't work and it's only letting a little bit of water out, what I might do is just take this valve off. And we'll, at least then if we do have a load of water coming out, it won't be going into this hole and filling up our hole with slush. I just want to whip off this valve here now, go and get my stillos. Bean to cup. Oh, I love the taste of bean. Can't believe I didn't bring my Stilsons here. I don't think I would get this apart very easily. Oh, no. I need Stilsons. I've got a feeling this is full of water, so. I knew I needed my Stilsons. I don't know why, I've just left them by the front door, so I've got to go and get them. I thought while we're out though, well, you know what, let's get the Stilsons, come back, get that whipped out, and then we'll know what we need to get. So I've got all my big tools, and this thing is actually better than my van stereo, so we're going to have to put on mine and Max's favourite song to drive around in the van to. And I would have fallen from the stars. This is a bit out there, isn't it? Bit of jazz. Yeah, yo. We're gonna do some digging, yeah. I'm to do some singing, yeah. Cut out the water now. Yesterday I was digging a hole, yo, and now I'm digging a hole again. Max, this is shocking, isn't it? Oh, I want to test this out in the rain. You just stay there, mate. Let's get in the fan. Come on, Max, quick! After that mental downpour, shall we see if my speaker still works? Look at the state of it. Unscrew now. I want you to unscrew. Unscrew now. Okay. I've had to go a bit nuclear because that ain't coming out. I've got my threading kit here. You're gonna learn a little bit about threading. Really impressed with that speaker, Max. What do you think? Yeah, it's good, mate. Is that all you got to say? Well, look, tell you what, we'll know when I cut with this, if we just cut a little bit. Quite simply, the best tool I have in the van is this thing. I love it. We'll take this back to the shed afterwards. And once me and Max have had a shower together. Right, then we're back at my lair. And we're just about, look, I've got my headphones on. These came with my little new speakery beat. I mean, so this is why I like headphones for this sort of work. So I can listen to Faith No More. All right, let's grind. Trying to figure out how old stuff comes apart. It's never easy, is it, eh? I'm really sort of intrigued to see what we're going to have in here. Okay. That's just a big flat rubber bit. Oh yeah, a little spider in there. Huh, how about that? So yeah, the water comes in here and then it flows over the top of this rubber bit past the spider. When we turn it off, this, obviously this sort of rounded union is met inside here, or sort of rounded valve head anyway, is met in there and turns the water off, and that's how it works. So we've got to cut that across there. We're going to need to get an 1.5" cap, which means we're probably going to have to drive into the centre of town to get one, but we'll cut it off as low as we can. What we'll do actually, I'll do a test thread at the top just to make sure my threading machine will go on the top of that. So this is a threading kit. This is an 1.5" thread, so it cuts thread for us to go onto the end on that pipe. We shouldn't need a lot of it actually. You should probably only do about 4 or 5 threads because this is still going to be turned off. It's never going to be turned back on again. It just needs to be capped below the level of the soil. So what we'll do, once I know that my thread is okay on this, so we can get a piece on that, we'll cut that a good sort of couple of feet down. Yeah, and then that'll be that. So you get it on here. Oh no, it isn't 1.5". Oh mate, we are going to have to do something here. A set of threaders for 1.5", mate, is going to be about 600 quid. I ain't buying that for this job. Sun will be out soon. We need to get one of those out, mate. The bottom one we need to get out. We haven't got a choice. I need longer Stilsons as well. Jez, it's Jimmy, how's it going? I'm in a field at the moment in Abington, in a hole. Well, mine go up to 1.25" and I need ones that do 1.5". Do you want to just have a look and see if they say 1.5" on them before I pack up?
I wouldn't know what they are, mate. I've got too much to do here.
All right, okay, I'll pop over and have a look. To Jerry we go. Please, 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 everyone cross your fingers. Inch. No, doesn't do it. This job's killing me, man.
That's all I've got.
Annoying. What's the biggest set of Stilsons you got? The biggest I've got is like that long. If I can whip it out of the T-piece at the bottom, I'll be all right and won't have to rethread it. If I can borrow those, and I'll grab a tube as well and put them over the handle and try and yank it off. I don't know what I'd do with that, Jerry. How many more days you got? You're counting a day, 18 months, and then he retires. Well, we've got to get this bit out, whatever happens. And then I can...
them back as well,
yeah, don't you worry, man. I'm not going to put them on eBay. Right, okay, so we're back at the headquarters, i.e. the shed. The fittings that we need to get for this, 1.5", usually you would get from a commercial company that do bigger stuff, so not just your standard plumbing suppliers. You're also never going to get this in a normal kind of DIY sort of superstore place. Is the customer going to be happy paying for me driving around for probably 2 hours trying to find this fitting? Probably not, and they're not going to understand why we had to do that. The thing is, right, is the water is turned off, but we need to find a way of cutting off that pipe and then capping it off nice and safely so soil and that can't get in there, and also if anyone accidentally turns it on somehow or other, it doesn't start spraying water out everywhere. Now I'm thinking the only way I can do that without costing them loads of money is to pop back home, grab my MIG welder, cut the pipe at low level underneath the ground level, okay, and then putting a flat piece over the top of it and then just welding that bit on, okay. So that's what we're going to go and do. Problem with MIG welding is it's just heavy. Everything's heavy.
There's that word again, heavy.
I need a way of getting the water out of that section of pipe, so what we'll do is we'll cut it off and then I'll just get a little bit of hose or whatever and just blow down it to get the water out of the way. The one thing I do need to find is a nice flat sheet of steel to go over the top of it. Well, we know it's 1.5", don't we? That'll easily span it. I'm gonna have to fill this hole in as well. There's a big hole at the top of this piece here, so I've just covered that over. Well, we'll just cut that off there, and then we'll cut these two sides off like that. So it's roughly 1.5 inches square, and then it's ready for us to go back and weld on. So we've got a watertight plug on there. I know this all looks pretty poor, but it's going to do the job, and it's going to get them done so they can get on with their lives without having to worry about me being there anymore, which I'm sure is all they're worried about at the moment. Right, everything, all my welding gear's in the back here. So first thing I'm going to do is just cut it down. So it's a couple of, like a foot or two, but not ridiculous. I still need to be able to get to it to work to it. So we're going to cut it down, just down, so it's a foot or two below, or a maximum of a foot below the level. I wish I hadn't left my gloves out, but I have. The worst thing is that's probably all the water throughout the whole field coming down here at the moment from all the pipe work. But we have got a lot of water coming out of here now. It's just gravity from everything that's in this field. Shit in heck. Somehow I've got to get under that to weld that now. Oh God, this job is annoying. All we need to do is get that welded up and we're done. That is it, okay? I've got to get that water out that hole. But I can't weld that while it's like that. Oh, God. It's the most angry I've ever been. Oh, it's gone down. Okay, just, you gotta laugh. I have no idea how I'm gonna weld this, honestly. It's the hardest job I've done in ages, this is. My welding hat's got water in it. Wish it would stop raining. Is this it all day? 9 millimeters we're supposed to be getting. That's a lot of rain. I can't believe I'm doing this. I literally cannot believe I'm doing this. I love the fact that when rain's landing on it, look, it's steaming a little bit. Done. So, you're probably wondering how much did this whole job cost? It took us about 3 hours of just sort of faffing. I charged them 100 quid. I mean, is that too cheap? It's only in the village. Someone, I don't really know them, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Any plumbers out there, what would you have charged for that job? I know a lot of you would have been like, Jimmy, you should have drove all the way to the other side of Cambridge. Would have taken about 40 minutes. Bought something from BSS or something like that and then drove all the way back again. The problem is, right, I don't think we were going to be able to get that pipe out very easily without ruining what's the sort of bit that's carrying on and creating more problems. So I think that was just the right thing to do. Put a little plate on there, weld that up, nearly get electrocuted. The job is done. I, as of speaking, haven't been paid, but who knows, it may happen. Well, this job went on for longer than I thought it would, which is lucky because I can charge my phone up off this beast. Also, I subscribed to their Soundcore website and actually got some free headphones as well, which actually are very good for welding because I don't usually weld with big ear cans on. It's nice to have little in-ear earbuds as well. So everyone, is it still working? We finally finished one of the most annoying, wettest jobs ever. Should have been easy to do, but it was very difficult. Thank God I had this and a bit of music with me to get me through the job. An unusual video, everybody, this week. I think you'll agree. Never really done much welding on plumber parts before, but very pleased that I had my lovely open ear earbuds to help me along the way. Soundcore is currently giving away these buds for free when you buy the all-new Soundcore Boom 2 when it launches on the 11th of March. All you have to do is subscribe to their website using the link in the description below. Honestly, guys, don't miss out. All the water is still off. It's going to be off forever, but now that can be nicely covered over with a little bit of warning tape on the top as well. But I'll get their gardener to do that because I've had enough of being out here. So watch this video here if you like this one. This is me drilling a hole through a pipe at a mate's house. It's had gazillions of views. Why don't you check it out as well? Thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Hold tight.